Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, my dear students. I hope that all of you would be fine and passing your holidays in a wonderful way, and how the wonders it could come in your holidays when you have a good focus in your studies. So must have a best utility of your time. My dear students, today we are going to discuss a very important thing related with your exam. That is about your O-level English language paper, paper 1 and paper 2. First of all, the first and foremost thing which you must be knowing about your paper is code of your paper. That is 1123. So please fix this thing in your mind that the code of your paper is 1123. Because if you take any other code in CAIE English language paper, so you will be baffled and confused. And maybe you are going to have some other combination of the subjects which are not in your exam. So must be knowing about it before reading anything there on computer and selecting any books, that those should be related with 1123 codes. Your English language paper, it has basically divided into two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1, it is writing paper, and it is of 60 marks. And on contrary, reading paper 2, it is of 50 marks. Today, I am discussing paper 1 and section 1, that is directed writing question. I'm not even discussing section 2, creative writing, because what is my purpose behind that? You must better understand that what comes in paper 1, section 1, and how you can attempt this paper in more confident way, which can ensure good marks and band 1 there in your exam. So look at it, that how we can do it. Paper 1, section 1, directed writing question. And I have already discussed that this paper 1, this is of 60 marks. Section 1, this is 30 marks question. Section 2, this is 30 marks question. But in section 1, this directed writing question, there comes only one question, which is a compulsory question, and there is no any choice at all. There is no any choice at all. So please just fix this thing in your mind. While preparing for this part, you need to learn and acquaint with all the techniques of writing in best way. You must have the proficiency on all the skills of directed writing questions, because you're not going to have any choice here. So just look at it. Section 1, directed writing question, which is of 30 marks. What is the word limit? 200 to 300 words. So when you are attempting directed writing question, so in the response of this question, you're going to produce 200 to 300 words. If you're writing under 200 words, that's a mistake. If you're writing more than 300 words, that's again a mistake. You're going to be get the negative marks for this approach. So must be very technical, be clear about it, that the word limit for this question is 30 marks, and word limit is 200 to 300 words, and marks fixed for this question is 30 marks. And what is the time allocated? 30 to 45 minutes. You cannot take more than 45 minutes, because otherwise your section 2 will be affected. Now, what comes in section 1? Directed writing question, 30 marks. And there is no any choice. There comes one question that is compulsory to attempt. And the word limit of this response is, this answer is 200 to 300 words. I hope that you'll be cleared about it. What comes in directed writing question? There is a letter, there may be report, account, news report, magazine article, and speeches. So you need to get the techniques of writing for all these types, for all these topics, because you are going to be asked to write for only one, and there is no any choice and all. There's no any choice at all. So you must be confident. You must have the good grip onto the directed writing question. And you know, confidence is the sole trick and tonic. I believe that if you're confident, then you can do miracles. Whatever with the English language, this is the same things which you have been learning from class 1. And you keep on adding the material to these things. You are writing the letters from your early age. You are familiar with the reports. You know about the stories, account writings, news reports, magazines. You're reading all the articles and reports there. You're familiar with the speeches. What is the need? That we need to be familiar and have the acquaintance with more spices, with more language aids. And ultimately, of course, after the practice of 3 years, we'll be at the position when you can write all these things in a very proficient manner, and you'll secure very good grades there. Look at the next slide. What is actually asked in directed writing question? There is always given a situation. There are not so many situations. There is always asked one situation. And further, for that situation, you are given the directions and you have to cover those directions. You have to just cover that path. If it is asked that you have to move first of all to the right, then you have to take left, then you have to take right, and then you are going to reach to your destination. So you are supposed to take same right, left, right, and then your destination. If you have gone against the instructions and you have taken left instead of right, then it's the mistake. You are not going to get the marks for that part, which is called task fulfillment. So we have to be asked for one situation and we have to remain onto the track of instructions. That is the meaning of this question. That's why the question, it is named as directed writing. Directed means where directions are given. So we are following those directions. And next I'm going to show you that how the directions are given. Read the question carefully. Don't ignore any details and don't change important facts in the situation. The same thing means whatever is asked, you are going to do that. You cannot do anything with your own. As in the creative writing, you are having the edge that you can create the plot according to your mind. But here you have to remain there onto the mind of the examiner. You have to fulfill his instructions. As in tea making, there is a recipe that you are going to place the container first onto the stove, and then you are going to pour the water. Then you're going to pour the pickles, and then tea bags, and then sugar and the salt. So you are going to follow the same procedure. You can't do this, that first of all, you are going to get the pan, then you're going to pour the milk into that, then afterwards the tea bags. No, you have to follow the instruction line. That's why this is called directed writing question. Elaborate all the content points. So whatever is asked in the question, that should be covered. Then you are going to get the marks for those 5 points. Otherwise, you are not going to get the marks. First of all, I'll show you the sample. When you'll see that specimen, then you will be able to know that what are the directions and why it's important to fulfill those. Look at this template. This is a template of informal writing. Your friend recently asked you to deliver an item of value to a relative. So this is a question story that your friend, he asked you to deliver an item of value. That valuable item you have to drop to your friend, as it is asked by your friend. You have to drop it to your relative. Unfortunately, this item was lost during the journey. You need to explain this in a letter to your friend. So this is the situation. What are the instructions? When and how the item was lost. Your attempt to find it. And offer to replace or pay for the item. So these are the instructions. So initially you are going to discuss the task that once my friend, he has given me a valuable item that is a laptop bag or maybe a watch or maybe a pen to deliver it to my friend. And when and how the item was lost. And I was seated in a bus or I was in the train. This is the instruction. You are free here in order to take the medium that how you're going to convey that item there to that relative. But first of all, you'll write on this point, when and how the item was lost. You'll describe this thing. Afterwards, the thing it was lost, then in the next paragraph, you're going to discuss what were your attempts to find out that lost item. And then in the third, you're going to talk about how you're going to replace the item. So what I mean that you are going to organize 5 paragraphs there in that directed writing response. First is your introduction, where you are going to discuss that what is the incident, what you are going to do, that you are going to draw a valuable item there to the relative of your friend, because your friend, he has asked you to do it. Then afterwards, in the body of that, you're going to discuss the 3 points: when and where the item was lost. Then in the second point, how you struggled in order to find that piece of missed thing. And third is your offer, that you offer your friend for the compensation, that I can purchase a new item for you. So this is the track. We need to remain on this track, that at first we are going to give the introduction, then the 3 points which are asked there in that letter, and then afterwards the conclusion. This is directed writing question. Introduction, topic sentence. What is the first topic sentence? How and where the thing was lost. What was the second topic sentence? What were your efforts in order to find that thing again? Number 3, what's the third topic sentence? That how you that you offered your friend that you can buy a replacement item for him. And conclusion, that you made a plea there to your friend that congenial relationship of friendship should not be damaged with this event, because this was a coincidence. This was a natural happening that the item was lost. Otherwise, your genuineness, your friendship, it cannot be blamed upon. So in the last, you are going to make the request. So in this way, in this question, we are going to just follow all the instructions which are going to be given by the examiner. This is the same organizational chart which we have made: introduction, topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. These are basically the points which were given there in the question statement. Point 1, point 2, and point 3. And about introduction and conclusion, we are knowing that we are going to discuss that what was the situation. And here in the conclusion, where we are going to make the request that this matter should be resolved in a reasonable way. This is the same graphical chart. These are things which we need to take care. Students should collect and read all the samples of each type of function writing, gather helpful phrases, practice such type of writing, create your own situational writing questions. It means we need to practice in order to get more and more spices and material in order to create a good effect of our writing. Now look at the marking scheme: 15 marks for task fulfillment and 15 marks for language. So task, it will be fulfilled at that time when we are going to cover all the 5 points there in that directed writing questions. Means we have given there the introduction, we have covered there the first instruction point, second instruction point, third instruction point, and last the conclusion. It is also given there. And we have maintained the word limit as well in balance. So we are going to secure then maximum marks here for the plot construction there in the task fulfillment. In the language accuracy, when there is a good use of language, good use of words of vocabulary, when we have used all the literary devices, such as we have used the good structure of sentences, compound and complex sentences are used if this is formal description, and simple sentences are used if this is informal description, and we have cured of the register and tone. We have used there we have utilized punctuation marks, and all the literary devices are also there, metaphors, similes, hyperbole, onomatopoeia, oxymore, means all the literary language skills we have utilized. Then we are going to get the highest marks here in the language portion as well. Next is the band description and task fulfillment. If all the 5 points are covered in a proper way, means good understanding of the purpose, situation, and audience are well cared of, entirely appropriate language and formatting is used, and there is a proper development and well knitting of the plot, and there is a coherency, personal opinion and interpretations are used in a proper way, tone and register is cared of, then we will fall in band 1, which is against 13 to 15 marks. Similarly, band 2, 10 to 12, band 3, 7 to 9 marks, band 4, 4 to 6 marks, and band 5, 1 to 3 marks, and a mark 0 when we are not, we remain unable to cover or any point. Similarly, this is for language marks, again, band 1, that is from 14 to 15 marks. So this is very clear that if we are going to get 14 marks in language portion and 14 marks in task fulfillment portion, then altogether we can secure 28 to 29 marks here in this directed writing question, which comes in paper 1, and which is a compulsory question. There is no any choice. There may come any letter, which may be of formal and informal. There may come speech. There may come news report. There may come any general report, any article, any account writing question, any piece of directed writing, it can come over here. Speeches can also come. So this all, it has come into the directed writing question. So today we have discussed section 1 of paper 1, which is of directed writing question. And it is of 30 marks. And altogether this paper, this is of 60 marks. And I hope that I'll be successful in explaining you the part 1 of section 1 of paper 1, which is of writing part. And in the next lecture, inshallah, we'll discuss section 2, creative writing part. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz. May God bless you.